was the chairperson of Ganda Residents Forum, but now I see yeah, the live has started. But let's just welcome you and greet you, ma'am. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me.
Lovely. Tell us about yourself, because I can see that you are the one behind the Ganda Residents Forum. You're the main person. You're the chairperson. You're the brains behind the idea. So tell us a little bit about Ganda Residents Forum.
Okay, Ganda is based in Port St. John's, but we do not only focus in Port St. John's, we focus large to the rural areas
Right.
around Port St. John's. That's where we extend all our help and our work to the community. Our theme is that we look at the problems in society, and then we bring relevant solutions to those problems.
Okay.
We do not focus on one problem. If you'll hear about the different programs we'll run, you'll see that it's different departments that we are trying to lend a hand to, to reach out to the poorest of the poor, and that's in the rural areas.
That's really amazing, because we know that most of the rural areas they suffer from resources. It's hard for them to get there. But just give us one example that we can get on what you bring, on the problems that you solve in rural areas.
Okay, I'll just give just a little. First, how we started off.
All right.
Because we're also from the rural.
All right. Okay.
We started off with second-hand clothing, and about 2-3 years ago, we're still running that even now, and it's also very successful. You'll be shocked how the rural people appreciate
respond, yes,
to clothing, because it's not an easy thing to go out to the shops anymore and buy clothing. And the other one is that we did a Mandela Day medical outreach.
All right.
Where we spoke to a couple of doctors, about 12 doctors, that come on board to assist the rural people for free on Mandela Day. We do it on 2 days. Where we assist the people who can't afford to go for consultation to doctors to do a proper checkup. So what the doctors do, they screen them, they test them, they give them medication, all this for free. Those that need transferals to hospitals, they get given the letters, and all that's done for free. And we do it once a year on Mandela Day. But as the demand is coming up, we're looking at it as doing it as more often, maybe once a term, until it can become a large instance. So now another one we've been doing from July is taking school shoes to the rural areas.
To the rural.
It's such a great need, and it's so sad if you can see
No,
there.
yeah. No, definitely.
So we take the school shoes, such like we've been giving schools 50 pairs per school in the rural areas. That's how much we've been able to touch this year, and we're hoping we can continue next year to find more sponsors to do it. Another one that we're rolling out to schools, that in South Africa it's difficult when it comes to digital in the rural areas, because there's no computers in schools.
Definitely.
And,
to access information.
Exactly. And we're talking about children that have not even used a cell phone, never mind research and laptops and all that. So what we've done, we've partnered with NPO from PE, that's called Tangible Africa. And Tangible Africa is rolling out unplug coding, where the children don't have to use computers.
Okay.
They use cell phones and tokens. So we go with our phones to the schools and the tokens, and then we teach the kids how to code.
Just at least.
At least, yes, because we are not happy that the rural areas are always lost to be seen to, and poverty is so much.
Definitely.
So we've had positive response, like the urban areas. They're like, how come you guys are coding before us? So I said, is that the mentality that you guys
think you deserve everything first?
You see?
Definitely.
So we're hoping that we can bring change even to our leaders, to other people, that let's focus. They say the world is changing. We're entering another revolution, which is the fourth one. And
the fourth.
Yes.
Definitely.
So why can't we also change it with the rural areas? Why can't we put it first to say, let's take this to the rural areas first before the urban areas have been running already in high strides.
They've been.
Yes. So now that's another one that we're doing. We also, as I said, we're not focusing on one need, because as Lalin, in the rural areas, the need is too much. And once they see you doing this, they come to you and ask you, can you do that? So we also try and raise funds for soccer kits, Yeah,
That's
so
lovely.
we're
That's lovely.
trying. Yeah.
That's lovely. That's a lovely job. It means that you guys are practicing corporate social responsibility, where you guys are
Exactly.
taking responsibility on things that the government is not really putting their focus on. But also with regards to the summit that we're attending, we are attending the ICT summit up at ICC in East London. So tell me about the involvement or what you've experienced or what you hope for from this summit, because it's the 17th one. So just tell us a little bit on what you hope for or what your hopes are as to change and whatever you want to see.
Yes. Wow, it's actually a great experience. It's my first time to come to the IC
That's
Summit,
lovely.
and yeah, and it's been so much informative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
What I'm actually hoping for is to find partners that can help us take out the technology to the rural areas. That mainly there must be a hub closer to the rural areas where children can access technology for free, for at an affordable price. Doesn't have to be for free, and infrastructure to be developed in the rural areas. Sira has spoken to us and many other small business places
Yeah.
that have given platforms telling us that this is how we can go about things and do things. So we're hoping as Kanda that we will stand for this and we'll fight for this, that it can happen in the rural areas as fast as possible. We've also the information about cloud, how cloud works,
Yes.
the
Oh,
policies of
definitely.
clouds.
Yes.
I appreciated that because I didn't know about the policies and how your information can be protected in your country.
Yes.
In your country, it
And
doesn't
it
have
doesn't
to.
spread.
It doesn't spread. So yes, I've learned a lot. I should say, I couldn't grasp everything in, but I hope in the future and with the people I'm networking
Yeah,
with, it can
definitely.
build me up, so we can run with it down in the rural areas.
And you can bring it to the people to ensure that no one is left behind.
Nobody, and that's the saddest part. And we said, okay, we'll follow our name Kanda. It's always cleaning big.
That was my next question. Why Kanda?
Okay, why Kanda? I'll explain to you. We've actually honored one of the custodians that lived in Port St. John's many years ago.
Okay.
He kept the town clean, and we gave him the name Utatu Kanda
Kanda.
because he used to drive a tractor. But that's Utat, and you couldn't throw paper in the street. You couldn't urinate. You couldn't drink.
No.
So he kept Port St. John's so beautiful. So we honored him with that name. But again, we looked at the meaning of Kanda.
name,
It
yes.
levels and it goes anywhere. So Tina again, Jemba Abantu do not want to go to the rural areas.
Bring it.
Sizotiliza, those roads.
Sizongena,
Tina,
definitely.
and we're going to show the people, whether it's government or whatever private sectors, that it's
Everyone
possible.
deserves.
Everyone deserves. So that is our focus. That's where our passion is. That's where my passion is the rural areas. We're not focused in Port St. John's alone, but all the villages around it, and wherever we can reach and go out and bring solutions to problems where we can. Not so long ago, there was a lady that, if you heard, in Port St. John's, she took her life and had 3 kids because of poverty.
Yeah, because of poverty.
Yeah, so even there, we're impacting there, and we're saying it does not have to come so far because ICT is directed straight to the economy.
Yes,
so if we can bring that back and say bring ICT in, so take at least employment.
No one is left behind.
It's so unfair because in this time of democracy where we thought it's going to be free for everyone, it's still the divide from the rural areas and the urban is still there. It's still there. Very much there.
No, definitely. Simvile ke mama JESSIE WILLARD esuka pha Kanda Residents Forum. It's really lovely to see people like her giving change or bringing change to rural areas, because kaloku ezilalini it's really hard to access izinto, network, everything, but it's really hard to see that people like her are are putting emphasis and attending summits in general. Radio. Last words to anyone who would like to help or would like to follow the initiative that you guys have started.
We would appreciate that, we would appreciate that people could come on board NPO's network with us, because to be honest, Nati Sisuga is rural. We're from the rural and we do not have funds.
The depths
and
of
then
everything.
when I went to one time a workshop of like the lotto, they say you got to be focused on one thing. It's either you're focused on ECD, so you focus on sport, you focus on charity. Now where do we stop it when there's so much need? So
where does it stop?
Now we cannot access to apply for funding because we focus on everything, we focus on everything. So whoever can come on board would appreciate that.
Very, very lovely. And the experiences you've had, or remarks, or any remarks you've had with regards to helping kids, because you understand sometimes when you bring a laptop to a kid, something they've never seen before, then they're doctors. Do they
With the school kids,
yes, with the school
we
kids?
are getting the school kids involved. Like, we'd want them to be ushers when we do medical outreaches, so they can learn and pick up that they can be involved in NPOs from a young age, and
Yeah,
and
going
continue
forward.
with it. So we do believe in investing in the youth and to programs and things like that, to expose them to such, not to learn it at an old age.
Yes.
So yeah, so
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time and
thank
patience, Sis Tetsi. Uzivele kubona mphulaphula nomthando wekhethi ngesi radio what uGanda Forum does. It's really abantwana not ukuhleleleka per se, but people, kids in rural areas, they're very there's no information. So it's really amazing to see that there's companies like this who are willing to help, who are just carrying on and keeping on going. It is the invasion personality, it is the KNR drive. But ke masiyenze kona mphulaphula nomthando wekhethi ngesi radio imizuzu bemihlanu nje uba ke siyivale pha ku live. Go catch us pha ku www.kithngesi radio.com.